prefer this chart. It's almost like a work of art. What's the current price action? Well, so far in this week we've pushed up, we're back down. We're kind of flipping this point of control into support. In the 3-day time frame we closed above it, we've come back tested. We're basically, look, I mean, it's looking bullish. The price has been bought up. We keep on taking liquidity from the highs, but we haven't been able to break out. So it wants to happen, but I'm not sure what it's going to take to happen. Like, is it going to require us to go down first before we get a real push? One more test. Are we going to require one more test? You know, like, we're going to need a large injection of volume to push this price up now. This is on MEXC. Let me go to the other exchanges. This is Gate. Look, the volume has been increasing in the lows, you see? That's quite a good sign. I mean, today on Gate, the price went up, took the liquidity and came back down again. So what does that mean? Well, that's quite a big push, you know, like when you look at the range, that's 10%. I think some people are just taking their 10% and they just keep on buying lower and they just have their take profit 10% higher. And when someone else comes and they market buys, they're basically paying someone else off. You know, that's what I feel like is happening at the moment. You've got some people just cashing in on their 10% and decreasing volume. This is good volume though. Oh no, look at that. Buy. These are all market buys. Someone just bought in a heck of a lot on KuCoin. How much was it? Look, 367,000, 300,000. So someone just earlier on today, bought over 1 million tokens on KuCoin. Yeah, and I don't think they sold it. I think someone just bought 1 million tokens. That's what that is, 1 million tokens. Someone's just bought 1 million tokens. How much is 1 million tokens at this price? That's $32,000 worth of token. Someone's just come in and bought. This is on KuCoin. $32,000 worth. Let me see Gate. Does it correspond? Yeah, that's pretty high as well. Look, 200, 100. That's like 500,000 tokens. 600,000. This MEX is less now. MEX used to be one of the highest volume, and now it's dropped significantly. Let's have a look at Bybit. Yeah, Bybit's still low. Yeah. KuCoin, huh? Look at that. Look at these market buys. These wicks. That's bullish. It's what you want to see. You want to see 1 million tokens being being bought up. How many more millions are there? I mean, there aren't that many tokens in circulation. I mean, none of my tokens are in circulation, and I know a lot of people who haven't got their tokens in circulation. So we're in a very illiquid environment. Eventually these tokens at these levels are going to be bought up. Eventually, I think that's what I get from this price action. And I don't know if my charting has helped with that, or whether people are just anticipating the bull run and they're saying that Dtravel is a real world application and it's a true decentralized application, a peer-to-peer application, And the tokenomics is changing. The tokenomics is going to become a store of value first primarily, and then it's going to be a utility for the rest of the network. And then also we've got this AI search engine being launched at the end of the first quarter of 24. I think there's a lot of buy the rumor right now, and you would expect that to happen. But yeah, I mean, this is it still looks good. It looks like accumulation at the lows. I like the way the volume profile is here, you see. So people are buying at different prices. So that just tells you that people are accumulating and they don't even really care about the price. They're just buying on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. They're just buying $1,000, $500 every week, just accumulating. That's what you want. You want people to value the token TRVL as a token, as the token itself. You don't want people to care about the fiat value, because ultimately that's what this is going to become. The value will be the token. TRVL will be, it'll be valuable to have TRVL. And that's what's going to happen. There's a lot of positive, big bullish news coming up in the future, and I see a lot of comments on the Telegram about when is Binance coming, when are the exchange launches coming. There's a few things that have to happen before we launch onto the major exchanges, the tier 1 exchanges. I don't think we need to be in a rush for that. Like, I don't know why people are in a rush to get onto these major exchanges. I think you want to get onto the major exchanges when Bitcoin has passed the all-time high of Bitcoin. That, in my mind, that would be the best case scenario for us, because that's where there's going to be a lot more liquidity to pump and to raise the price of the token. If we were to get an exchange launch now, well, it would help us get out of these lows. That's true. I mean, if we were to bring in the volume, and maybe we would get up there, and maybe we could complete this harmonic. That's true. There's only 3 exchange launches that are going to make a significant difference, and I think it's going to be the OKX, Coinbase, and Binance. Those are the 3, and the team have been talking to them behind the scenes. They have got friendly relationship with those exchanges, so there's no reason why we don't launch on those 3 in the future. And what we're offering, the product that we're offering, is very unique. It's a peer-to-peer decentralized application which has a real-world use case. It's a real-world application. It allows people to book vacation rentals peer-to-peer directly, without third parties, without centralized third parties, without Airbnb or Booking.com or VRBO. And what's more, the insurance package is better than air cover on Airbnb, and the charges are significantly cheaper. Plus, the tokenomics changing is going to become very lucrative for hosts. Very lucrative. It's going to be very lucrative for hosts to come and come onto this platform. Once the AI search engine has been released, once we have a consumer product front offering, front kind of visual thing, so consumers can actually see what this is, because at the moment no one really can see it, because there's thousands of listings, but they have their own websites. Like my site, I have my own website on Dtravel, and I'm not in any search engine as a Dtravel site, so no one can actually find me through Dtravel. So the way I get my business now is it's all repeat customers coming back, and so often I get customers come back to me and they say they want to book directly, and then I'll give them my Dtravel listing, and then sometimes someone through Airbnb will ask for a discount, and then I will say to them, no problem, if you want a discount, book directly. and I don't give them a link, they just have to search for me. There are different ways of doing it, and if they are successful, most are, then they can book directly again. That's changing because we're going to have a search engine, and not only is the search engine going to have all of Dtravel's direct listings, we're also going to be integrating tens of thousands of other direct listings from all over the world which aren't on Dtravel. So it's going to be all of the direct listings. And that's the aim. So it'll be the one-stop shop for direct bookings, effectively. So what will happen in the future, this is what I'm visualizing, people will go and search for their holiday, they'll go into Airbnb, they'll go into wherever, booking, then they'll come and have a look at our site to see if they can find the same property, and it'll be cheaper. That's what's going to happen down the line, you know. So this is a big deal, and there isn't anything like this. There isn't any search engine which pulls in all of the direct booking listings, and the fact that a large portion of that is going to be Dtravel itself, and then the other portions are going to be other direct booking operators out there who aren't on Airbnb. They have their own private, like there are big operators out there who have like tens of thousands of listings. They're not on Airbnb. They have their own site, and they have thousands of stock. They're not on Booking or whatever. They have their own site. They're the ones that we're bringing in, and there is no central place to search to view all of these direct listings around the world. So we will solve that problem, but the main benefit is that all of Dtravel's listings will be there. That's going to be the main benefit. So you'll be able to go and search and find vacation rentals, whereas you can't do that right now. So that's a big deal. And then obviously this wallet as a service is going to be released soon. I think in the next week, actually, maybe at the end of this week. That's a big deal too, because it allows people to have a crypto wallet hosted on by Dtravel without actually having a MetaMask. And there's a lot of people who aren't familiar with crypto wallets, or they don't feel safe. So this is allowing Dtravel to do it for them. It'll go under their like centralized login. It'll be connected, and that will allow us to do this Web3, these tokenomics changes. That will allow us to make these changes, because now everyone will have a wallet. It'll be part and parcel of being on Dtravel, whereas before you didn't need a wallet. You didn't need to be on MetaMask to have a Dtravel listing. You didn't even need to accept crypto. You could have just accepted fiat. And I think that's all changing now. So what they're going to do now is that all of the bookings are going to be on chain. Even if they're fiat, paid by fiat, the actual reservation is going to be stored. The details of that reservation will be stored on chain. And I think that change is happening, and that's the way forward, because when we change our tokenomics, it's going to be critical and integral to the changes that we're making with the wallet as a service, and making everyone basically bringing the whole thing on chain. And in the future, you know, I think this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a future where, you know, like when we can you imagine we trade this token is going to be trading at $7, $8, $10, $25. It's like 10 billion market cap. The whole world, they're going to be like, wow, look at this, an Airbnb killer. It'll be in the mainstream media. They'll be like, what is this new platform? What is this Web3 decentralized platform that's destroying Airbnb? Once that happens, we're going to have a real crazy adoption. A lot of people are going to come over to Dtravel. A lot of people will do that. So it's at the latter stages of the bull run that I'm expecting a big increase in value of this token, and that will tie in to the tokenomics, because I mean, hasn't been released yet, but they're contemplating changing it to a store of value, and it's going to be better than Bitcoin. That's critical, because when people value this TRVL like that, when they perceive it as a store of value, everything changes. Then people will be accumulating TRVL differently to the way they accumulate other tokens. Most people at the moment in the bull market, they're accumulating tokens because they just want to sell it at the peak. But when you're building a network of properties and direct bookings all around the world, and as that increases in number from 10,000 to 100,000 to 1 million to multiple millions, that network, all of that's on Dtravel. And when that's underpinned, when that energy, the energy of those travel experiences are converted, the energy is converted into this token, TRVL, in a directly proportional. It'll be directly proportional. So the increase in value of this network will directly relate to the token value. When that happens, I think you're going to get a situation where people will never want to sell this token. They'll just want to accumulate for a long hold. And that's really key, because that network is very different to like these games where people play on season and off season and whatever, like the one I was showing you before on MV. This is we're talking about a real world business where people are going to be needing every single day, and they're going to be switching to this. I've switched to this, and I can imagine a future where I'm no longer on Airbnb and I'm just on Dtravel, where I don't need Airbnb anymore, where I'm getting all of my custom through Dtravel. I can imagine that future in the very near future, like in the next year or year and a half. There's going to be a point of transition where people will be like, well, I don't need Airbnb anymore. I don't need booking anymore. I can just be on Dtravel. I can just be on this Sensei search engine, and I can get enough bookings through this. And that value is going to directly reflect onto TRVL, which is key. And it's kind of like Bitcoin, where the energy, the whole idea behind Bitcoin is that the energy, it converts energy into Bitcoin. And so basically you have Bitcoin miners solving this pointless puzzle. It takes a lot of energy to do that, and it's pointless. This isn't pointless. This is a real world travel experiences. This is a real world business, effectively. It's not pointless energy. It's real. It's positive energy. It's experiences of people booking apartments or hotels or villas or houses or accommodations around the world to go on their holidays. And as a result, they can participate in earning or mining TRVL in a competitive nature. That's really positive. So you're converting that energy into TRVL, and that's basically the hint. That's the spoiler. I can't wait until they release their proposal, and I can't wait for the community to give their feedback. And I'm hoping this is going to be good, and we all play the part, to make this happen. That's what's so exciting. That's why I do this, because I feel like this belongs to me, even though it doesn't belong to me. I'm a latecomer. Alright, so yeah, I don't really have anything else to go over. I'm just going to sit here and chart a little bit. I'm going to have a look at some stuff.